Good afternoon. I hope everybody is having as good a day as I am. If you don't know me, my name is Joy Francis. I used to be known as Joy Schmidt and then Joy Schmidt Francis. My maiden name was Schmidt, and when I first started my business back in 1983, my maiden name was still my last name, and so I made my business Joy Schmidt and Associates. Well, that was fine and it worked well for all the training work that I was doing, the speaking, and everything else that I was doing around the country. And then in 2005, they finally diagnosed why I was having trouble standing up and walking and couldn't feel anything in my hands and my legs and the rest of my body, just doing all kinds of weird things and all kinds of pain. And it was after a year's worth of tests, they finally decided that I had MS. And that was just one more thing that was added to the conglomeration. So I just continued on. I continued working until the end of 2006, which is when my biggest client that I was doing a lot of work for, primarily the Ford Motor Company, shut down the program that I was working with. And as a result, I didn't have the nice income coming in from around the country, and I wasn't doing all the speaking that I had been doing and all the training that I had been doing. I still have all those classes, but I didn't have any way to get them out. And this was back before it was easily known and as well known about working with the internet. At that point, I was wanting to bring my classes online, but I didn't know how. And with all the complications with EMS, I didn't do anything with it. And I'm sorry for that one, and I'm sorry that I haven't been able to continue with. However, because of what I've learned over this past 68, almost 68 years, I have learned that I can do anything, just like you can do anything. Each of us can do anything that we want to do. My mother taught me that as a little girl. She told me that there was nothing that I could, if I wanted it hard enough, I wanted it bad enough, it was mine. I could have it. I could do it. I could accomplish it. And you can too. Each of us can. One of my favorite speakers, uh, never got to meet him, unfortunately, even though I was with the National Speakers Association for many years, was Earl Nightingale. I did get to meet one of his associates, Vick Conant, which is now owner of Nightingale Conant, and yeah, I got to know Vic, and we became okay friends. I wouldn't say I got to work with him a lot, but it was good to meet him and good to know somebody that actually really knew Earl Nightingale. One of my favorite things that I've ever heard from Earl Nightingale is his strangest secrets. The strangest secrets is probably the single best motivation anyone could ever ask for. And I will have a link to it below the video in the description. It is available for free on YouTube, and so the link that I'm giving you is for a free YouTube connection. It is my favorite one. It is a copy of the original. It is one that his wife Diana had put together and published after his death. And so I like that it takes me back to the 1950s when he originally recorded and released it. He had recorded it and he had written it and recorded it for a group of salesmen. He played it for them, left it for them to be played on a Saturday when he wasn't there. When he came back, everybody wanted a copy of it. Everybody wanted to share it with their friends. And lo and behold, it became a gold record. he sold over 1 million copies of it almost without selling. And so it was just been one of the greatest things that has ever been brought into my life and that I could ever give. And so it is my gift to you today to be able to share that with you. And if you have never listened to it, I hope you enjoy it. If you have listened to it, I hope you enjoy it again and again and again. It is one of the best things that you can do for yourself. I listen to it every single morning to make sure that when I get up, I get going and doing something. I mentioned that one of the gifts my parents gave me, my mother and father gave me, was the gift that I could do anything if I set my mind to it. The other gift, the other big, big gift that they gave me was my name. My name is Joy, and joy means happiness. It means libation. It means having fun. And I have learned again to have fun, and I just love it. And so my new company's name, the new company that I started, is now Joyous, Joyous Cash LLC. Uh, I have always been involved with money. My background, I have a bachelor's degree in accounting and an MBA in finance. I was chief financial officer for a public company, and I have done all kinds of money things, including helping to bring a mortgage company that was in Chapter 11 bankruptcy out of bankruptcy back in the 1980s. And so if anybody remembers back to the 1980s, interest rates were very close to 20% for mortgages. And so it was not the best time in the world for mortgage companies. And there were many of them that went into bankruptcy. I know that the company that I helped bring through the bankruptcy was one of the first, and it may have been one of the only. I don't know how many have actually come through the bankruptcy, but it is something that is there. Because of all the work that I had done and all the things that I had done with money, I'm okay financially. I'm financially stable. That was one of the requirements when I got married. The guy that introduced us, the last question I asked him about this gentleman that he's introducing me to is he financially stable? And this is a CPA, and a CPA says, I think so. Well, he was stable. He's another accountant, and so between the two of us, we bring a lot of money and finance and interesting things into this world. And he is the other half of Joyous Cash. And so between the two of us, we are now running this business. You'll probably see a bit more of me because I'm okay with talking to people and I'm okay behind the camera, and I can't see too well, so it really doesn't bother me to be speaking. And I have been speaking for the last 30 to 40 years in front of audiences, if anywhere from 5 to hundreds and probably thousands of people. So I have been around, I've done a lot, and my big goal is to be able to help people make the money, but not really make it because as Earl says, the only people that make money work for the mint. They actually print the money. We don't make money, we earn it. And so my goal is now to help people not just earn money, but also be able to keep that money. Learn how to keep it in your house, in your home, in your possession, or doing whatever you're wanting to be able to do with it. And that's my big goal in life. That's all I really want to do. I am one that doesn't like to sit still. I am always wanting to go, and I'm always wanting to do something, and with the MS, that's always been a challenge. However, I just keep working at it, and I have gone from business to business, looking at this, that, and something else from the MLM, different MLMs, and I went with the different MLMs to find something that was going to help me with the pain in my MS. And I was able to finally get some help when I got to the CBD, but I am not really into developing and building an MLM business. And so I had continued doing learning and training, and my learning, not my training, my learning, so that I could then figure out just what's going to help me and how it's going to help. Well, in during this course, I have been introduced to a wonderful gentleman, probably my new best friend, even though he doesn't realize he's my best friend. He is just a great mentor, and his name is Vick. And I always mispronounce his last name, so I'm not even going to try. So his name is Vick. He is the most dynamic person I have met in a long time. He has taught me how to develop an online business that is going to be able to work for me, help me to be able to help other people. And that to me is the single best thing in the world that I can do. He has taught me how to develop residual income. He's continuing to teach me how to develop and create and expand the business so that I can do more for everyone that I can possibly meet. And it's my objective to get out there, bring as much happiness, as many smiles, and great wonders and enjoyment to everybody that I can meet. And I hope I'm going to get to meet you soon. So stick around. I will be doing I'll be doing these short videos for the next 10 days. This is a challenge from Vic. He wants us to do this so that I can explain to you some of what he has taught me, some of what he is doing, and be able to share with you some of what you may be able to do so you can continue to grow and enjoy and do. If you like this, or if you didn't like it, click the subscribe button and leave a comment below. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you would like to learn. Tell me what kinds of things you want to hear about, hear who you may want to hear from. I may be able to bring people in and bring things together to help all of us. And that's my goal in life, is to help as many people as I possibly can. So, we're on our way. Let's go for it. Talk to you tomorrow.
You sounded very good.